Super Mario 64 has a uniquely high amount of documentation among video games. One of the biggest testaments to this is Panenkoic 2012, a YouTuber who has done extensive research on the game's inner workings and is particularly famous for their series of videos on how to beat the game with a minimum amount of A presses. Their most popular video is a tutorial on Watch for Rolling Rocks within the context of this challenge, and esteemed journalism publication BuzzFeed even went as far to nominate this one for an Oscar. A particular point of note was how Panenkoic uses the 0.5 A press notation to represent clears of levels that require you to hold the A button but not initially press it, i.e. levels you could beat if you started them already holding the A button. If you just stumbled into one of Panenkoic's videos without knowing the 0.5 notation, it would understandably cause some confusion, which is why the Watch for Rolling Rocks video began with an explanation of the concepts. And within this opening, they made a joke singling out one particular user who just incidentally happened to be the most recent one to comment on the issue at the time. This is all just a playful bit of banter, and in the original comment chain, TJ Henry Yoshi conceded after getting an explanation from Panenkoic. Surely this one-off joke wouldn't have any unforeseen consequences.
Oh my god. No! No!
Because Panenkoic went out of their way to highlight TJ Henry Yoshi specifically and didn't have the foresight to censor his username, people actively searched him out and left an influx of comments. This on its own would be far from a unique case, as it's just the natural result of any YouTuber with a big enough following talking about a commenter in this manner. Most of the time when something like this happens, comments like the ones TJ Henry Yoshi received would just naturally wither away as the relevance of the video in question does the same. Panenkoic even apologized to TJ in the original thread, so there's clearly no animosity between them. However, the usual process of withering away would never actually occur. The inherent absurdity of a Mario tutorial ascending to a point where parallel universes are involved resulted in the video becoming a long-lasting meme. And an A-press somehow not being an A-press goes along with this type of humor, meaning that TJ would be a central focus of these memes. TJ is also someone who's just generally active in YouTube comment sections, giving people ample opportunity to make A-press jokes. By TJ's own admission, there was a point where he literally received a reply of this nature at least once a day. At a certain point, 4 years after the original Panenkoic video, the sheer number of A-press jokes became impossible for anyone who's never been on the receiving end of anything on that scale to comprehend. So TJ created an old account on Twitter that's specifically there for the purposes of documenting what this unique status is like. He even decided to be a good sport and highlight the actually good A-press jokes along the way. Is this the absolute worst thing in the world to deal with? Nah. In the comment section of a video that specifically mentioned him, he explained how he's gotten good at zoning out A-press jokes, as well as how not all of the attention he's received is bad. But I think this serves as an important cautionary tale if you're a YouTuber with a sizable platform. Be careful with how you speak about any other user, because you never know what you might unleash. I just want to drop the facade of the funny internet man for a second and say that I'm talking about this specific topic for a reason, as the unique parasocial ramifications of my type of content are a big contributing factor to my decision to slow down on uploads. I still find value in researching weirdly specific internet lore and will still make this type of content from time to time, but it's become clear that as my channel gets larger and larger, this is going to be something I have to handle with significantly more care. I've also thought of pivoting the focus of my channel to talking about gaming-specific topics with the same style of research, editing, humor, etc., although whether or not that actually happens is something only time will tell. But regardless of what happens and whether or not you stay around for it, I wish you the best.